cried watching that. I've never
Man,
cried in my life watching a battle. Their
man.
third rounds are so special. Like Oops and Daylyt just, oh my God. And when Daylyt breaks down how he got his name, it
Yeah.
was not, Pops at my front door, but never my father. Just, oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
So
So
there's a
good.
lot to that. Yeah, no, I got you. I mean, so setting that battle up to begin with, you remember Oops was fairly new on the scene at that point. Like a lot of people didn't know who he was. He was the opening battle to our very first card ever. He opened up the show versus a guy from Staten Island that I wanted to give a look to from somebody local. He had a pretty good showing, and then we went forward with that, and we did him versus Mr. Mills. Mr. Mills actually beat Oops on the second battle that he had on RBE. But you know,
Facts.
I liked what I saw, and I rocked with both of those guys. It wasn't really about who won, who lost, as long as they both had a good showing. I knew that there was going to be ways for me to get them both situated moving forward. That's where you see Mr. Mills go forward with matchups like JC after that later on, and Oops, you know, his next one after that. It was a super challenge. It was Red for $2,000 judged in the building.
Mm,
Yeah, very,
yeah.
very close. At the end of the battle, Red said it's one of the toughest matches he had to that point in his career. And then after that, you know, Daylyt and I started talking, and there was some initial concern that he would, you know, not take Oops that serious because even though Oops had, you know, what a lot of people consider a classic performance and a classic battle with Red, he was still a fairly new name. And back then, the walls of top tier versus up and comer, you know, those walls weren't really broken down like that just yet. You know, everybody pretty much stuck to their tier. But he assured me, man, and this was when I realized that, you know, when me and Daylyt developed our relationship behind the scenes, that I could depend on him outside of his trolling. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
mm.
Yeah, I could
Yeah.
depend on him outside of his trolling. And yeah, we situated the battle, and on top of that, him and Oops, you know, they had a friendship. They both, you know, was writer's block at one point as well.
That's a
And
fact. That's a fact.
yeah, yeah. So when they both showed up, you know, when you mentioned that bar from Daylyt, you know, Pops at my door, it's like that was the first time ever that Daylyt rapped and explained why he does the things that he does, why he trolls, why he
Man.
has a face tattoo.